I am not a financial advisor, and this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. The content discussed here is not intended as financial, investment, tax, or legal advice. Always consult with a qualified professional before making any financial decisions. Past performance is not indicative of future results. All opinions expressed are my own. Aloha and welcome back. Today we're going to be covering the Robinhood shareholder meeting that happened a little while ago. Now, as you can see here, it was recorded a few weeks back here on April 8th, notice mailing April 22nd. I think that's referring to the actual first half of this stream that they had earlier that was covering a lot of these not so interesting parts of the shareholder meeting. But I've already kind of chimped through that, and then we're gonna just watch, and I'm gonna cover some takeaways after we finish. Now, this is expected to be roughly about, say, 25 minutes or so from here to the end. Just cut out the first half. A lot of it was just live stream coming, and then someone here reading off some information in the background. You'll get a little bit of overlap of that, and then we'll get into the actual shareholder meeting. I'm curious to see what they're going to be talking about. I got a little bit of preview here and there. Other people were posting about it on X today, but I don't actually know what they covered. I'm hoping they're going to talk about some of the things that we still haven't gotten yet from what they're projecting to come out, but we'll see here in a second. So stick around, and I'm going to be taking some notes. If you happen to be here in the live chat, ask me some questions or drop some comments and questions in the chat below, and I'll cover them if I can.
Has confirmed that a majority of the outstanding voting power is represented at the meeting, either in person or by proxy. Accordingly, a quorum is present and we may proceed with the meeting. A representative of Ernst & Young LLP, our independent audit firm, has also joined us and is available to respond to appropriate questions.
The meeting is called to order. The time is 10:01 a.m. Pacific and the polls are now open. Only stockholders on the April 8th record date are entitled to vote today. If you haven't already voted or wish to change your vote, you may do so now through the virtual meeting portal. Now, Vlad, over to you.
Thank you, Lucas, and thank you everyone for joining us today. So to our knowledge, this is the second outdoor annual shareholder meeting ever. The first one was Ben & Jerry's, but that was under tents, and I'm still upset that they canceled my favorite flavor. Joining me today on the call, you just heard from him, the mythical Lucas Moskowitz, our corporate secretary and general counsel. I'd like to thank all of the shareholders for supporting our mission. It's a noble one. I'd also like to welcome the members of our board of directors, they're right here, who joined us today. We've got a great board, and we're grateful for their steadfast service and commitment to the company. Look at that, great looking board too. Finally, I'd like to thank the members of the Robinhood team, many of whom are in the audience, for continuing to work tirelessly for customers and shareholders, and there's some overlap there, to get us where we are today. So let's talk about the business. As a reminder, our strategy is threefold. Number one, we want to build the best platform for active traders. Number two, we want to be number one in wallet share for the next generation. And third, our long-term arc, building the number one global financial ecosystem. We're building a financial super app to serve our customers across the entirety of their financial assets and all of their financial transactions as well, anywhere in the world. And at the heart of that goal, what we're really talking about is ownership. We want to make it possible for anyone to own a piece of our great economy, which continues to be the envy of the world. And we believe if we can get everyone to own a piece of our economy, they'll have skin in the game, they'll have a stake in its growth and success, and that'll make for a more prosperous, stable society as well. We're shipping products faster than ever to achieve this goal. And Lucas and I will walk through some of the progress we've made and how we're contributing to making everyone around us owners of this great American economy. Starting with Trump accounts, a product and initiative near and dear to both of our hearts. Lucas and I have been working very, very hard, along with many people around the country, to make this happen. So again, Trump accounts is a new initiative spearheaded by the administration and Treasury to give all American newborns a brokerage account funded with $1,000 and potentially more by Treasury. Robinhood serves as broker and sole initial trustee under the direction of the U.S. Department of the Treasury in partnership with BNY, who's serving as the financial agent. Nearly 6 million American children are already signed up. Over 60 million are eligible. We just introduced the Trump Accounts app and have started onboarding people. Response has been pretty great so far, Lucas. Number one in finance on day one, so that's the number one finance app in the App Store. We actually reached number 3 overall, and we're the fastest growing non-AI app, which I think is very cool.
Wow.
The aspiration is really to build the best product that the government has ever been associated with. We're off to a great start. We have been working alongside Treasury, the National Design Studio, and BNY, which is the United States' oldest and most storied bank, to make the platform as intuitive and educational as possible. We think we're off to a great start. It's a historic milestone in our mission to democratize finance for all, expanding the remit of Robinhood to customers at age 0. So now you don't have to be 18 to benefit from the power of compounding. You can be a newborn. And there's plenty more to come, particularly as we approach July 4th. And we're excited to get our technology in front of the next generation of investors. I know you're excited about that as well. Next, private markets. We want to make it possible for people to own a stake in the private companies shaping the future before they go public. And I think if we do this right, I believe we can solve one of the greatest and most long-standing iniquities in capital markets today. As you guys know, you've heard me say a few times, companies are waiting longer and longer to go public. We have several private companies that are reaching valuations in the high hundreds of billions. And we are hard at work with Robinhood Ventures solving this problem in the U.S. So Robinhood Ventures IPO'd our first fund, RVI, back in March. And the goal of RVI was and continues to be investing in private companies at the frontier of their industries, making them accessible to retail. The response so far has been very strong. Market cap of RVI has exceeded $1 billion. And we're making good progress actually on standing up additional funds with complementary strategies. We're investing big here. We're excited to do more to unlock this asset class for our customers, and plenty more to come there. Now, moving on to artificial intelligence. It's no surprise AI tools have redefined the financial world, and Robinhood, again, is leading the charge with these new innovative products and tools. So over the past few years, we've been increasingly integrating AI into our platform. Robinhood Cortex is now embedded throughout the app. And just last week, we took a big step forward with the launch of a new category that we're calling agentic finance. Okay, and the idea behind agentic finance is you're seeing all of these developments in the core models, the agentic harnesses, and we want to make those models and those innovations available to all of the financial products and services we offer. So we want to make it so that you can benefit from them with the safety and security that you expect from your financial accounts. And we're starting with 2 products that we rolled out last week. Agentic trading, which allows customers to build agents that trade on their behalf via Robinhood accounts. And agentic trading is a great tool for self-directed traders and investors to add these capabilities while staying in control. The second thing, agentic credit cards. And this is our first foray into what's called the agentic commerce space. So with our agentic credit cards, customers can build agents and give them access to the Robinhood Gold cards with our 3% cash back. So what can that do? That'll allow your agent to go online, scan for best prices, get hard to find reservation bookings, monitor availability, make purchases automatically based on your instructions, all while earning 3% cash back. And the goal is to make this the best way, the dominant way that you can use your AI agent to buy things online. The principle under which we designed agentic finance is that the human, in this case, you, the customer, is in control at all times with safety features built in. So for example, on agentic trading, your trading agent will operate in a dedicated agentic account, completely separated and walled off from the rest of your portfolio. And your credit card agent has access to the fantastic virtual cards functionality and infrastructure that we've already had for humans. And we also added an additional safety feature where you, as the user, can approve every purchase. And there was some awesome engineering work to make that happen. Your agent only works with what you give it, and if anything looks off, you can sever the connection in a single tap from the app. We also monitor closely for fraud. So if a trade or payment looks suspicious, Robinhood's support team can review exactly what you asked the agent to do, see what it actually did, and help you quickly resolve any disputes. Obviously, it's very early, but it's great to see thousands of our customers signing up, starting to use these products. Rollout status, trading is rolled out to about half of our customers with the goal to be fully rolled out to everyone by the end of this week. So this is a fast rollout. Agentic credit cards were rolled out to everyone on day one. So all gold cardholders, and you can sign up on the website as well. We believe we're the leader in agentic finance, and you should expect to see regular updates here. So it's just the very beginning. The goal is to have a wide surface area of capabilities, and really the agents being a first-class consumer of our broad service suite. So we're going to keep adding things on a regular basis. Next, prediction markets. So we think we're at the very beginning of a prediction market super cycle. This has been our fastest growing product ever. So we launched this just over 18 months ago, and event contracts are already generating over 400 million in annualized revenues. We had more than 12 billion contracts traded in 2025 and more than 15 billion already traded in 2026. So this is going to be a much bigger year than last year. Rothera, which is our new joint venture with Susquehanna, is rapidly making progress as the world's premier exchange and clearinghouse. So the idea behind Rothera is to bring institutional rigor to our prediction markets offering, and not only positions us to expand the contracts that we offer, but also to build faster and to deliver more competitive pricing for our customers and for the industry. We think this is going to be growing far beyond Robinhood. So we'll be serving other brokers, lots of market makers, and other institutions as well. I'm really excited about the opportunities this will open up, and it's gotten off to a strong start, so plenty more to come on Rothera. Now, global expansion. And the goal there is take all of the great things we've delivered to the US market and really transformed the space here. Take that global, make every citizen anywhere in the world have access to our great capital markets. A big area of emphasis here is tokenization and the Robinhood chain. Robinhood chain, remember, our layer 2 will be at the center of all this. And our goal is to make it the best chain to trade real world assets. International more broadly, we now have crossed 1 million international customers. And we just closed our acquisition of WonderFi, which marks Robinhood's expansion to the great country of Canada. And we're not slowing down. We've received in-principle approval from the Monetary Authority of Singapore to offer a comprehensive suite of brokerage services over there. And we're on track to further expansion in Southeast Asia through our planned brokerage and crypto acquisitions in Indonesia, closing later this year. So you'll hear much more from us about what's next, both on the tokenization front, Robinhood chain, and of course, international expansion writ large, at Robinhood Presents The World is Flat, which is coming July 1st, so just a couple of weeks away. We hope you'll tune in. Overall, the year is shaping up quite nicely. Big plans on the horizon. We're moving fast. We're moving fast to make more people owners of our great country and our great economy. So roadmap is full. There's so much to do. Shall we take some questions?
All right, let's do it. The first question comes from Skylar R., who asks, will Robinhood support the SpaceX or OpenAI IPOs? How about Anthropic?
All right. Well, thank you for the question. So you might have seen already, as the SpaceX S1 has dropped, customers will be able to invest in the SpaceX IPO through Robinhood. And actually, unlike some of the other platforms, there's no minimum account size to do so. Now, for all the other ones, we'll have to see. One thing that I would say, and I'm hopeful that Robinhood will continue to drive this. I think we made a lot of progress. Our IPO access offering has really taken off in the past few years. When we started this in 2021, giving retail access to IPOs, it took a lot of work and a lot of persuasion to get companies comfortable with this idea. And now, I think pretty much every large IPO of consequence is thinking about retail and giving them increasingly large allocations. So we think we've done a lot to further IPO access for retail, and I think we're excited to continue doing that. Should also add, you're asking about IPOs of AI companies. Robinhood Ventures, which is our vehicle for giving access to these companies while they're still private, recently invested in OpenAI. So RVI invested $75 million in OpenAI, and so we're looking at opening up access to private markets as well.
Next question comes from Nicholas C., who asks, will Robinhood Banking get Zelle and bill pay?
Yeah, thank you for that. Robinhood Banking is actually making really strong progress. So we've seen over 2.5 billion in deposits from over 170,000 funded customers since launch, which is just the end of last year. And the thing I'm perhaps most excited about is the 40% direct deposit attach rate. So that shows you that these customers aren't just dabbling with these accounts, but they're really thinking of them as their primary financial account because the paychecks are actually going in there. We plan to keep accelerating the rollout through the year. And actually, as it pertains to Zelle, it has been one of the top feature requests from early customers. So the team has been working hard to create a solution there. And we don't have anything specific to share, but rest assured we hear the feedback and we'll have more to share on that soon.
Great. Next question comes from Paul G., who asks, when will we get dividend tracking?
Yeah, so we have a lot of dividend investors at Robinhood. I like to call them dividend hounds. One of the things we've been working on, we're really paying a lot of attention to our dividend investors. We launched a feature called Early Dividends at our Take Flight event just a couple months ago. And what this allows you to do is get access to the dividends up to 17 days early. So you can take advantage of dividend reinvestment and extra compounding. And I think it's an innovative feature. I'd be shocked if our competitors aren't scrambling to copy that. But of course, early dividends are only the beginning of what we're doing for our dividend investors. The dividend tracker, an often requested feature, is actually in internal testing now. I've been enjoying using it. It's on my smartphone, so it's coming soon. We want to make sure that it's to the standards that you expect, and it's super delightful. So you should expect it very soon.
All right, next question comes from Safiq A., who asks, when will Robinhood give us access to international stocks?
Yeah, so we already have a large and growing list of ADRs that customers have access to today. As a matter of fact, we've been adding more and more just in the past few days. And over time, we want to make sure you have access to direct investments in international stocks as well, both for our U.S. customers who are here so you can diversify, but for international expansion. So, if we expand to a new market, we don't want to just offer U.S. stocks. We want to integrate with their local exchanges and offer access to local markets as well. So this isn't something that we can easily flip a switch, but we've been hard at work building scalable infrastructure that unlocks this, starting with multi-currency support with our multi-currency wallets in the UK. So yeah, you should expect that all of this is on the roadmap, and we'll be delivering it to customers.
All right. Next question comes from Matt S., who's joining us live. Matt, over to you.
Hey, Vlad, Luke, how are you guys?
Hello, Matt.
Good.
Hey, what's up? Hey, okay, so question. Will the Robinhood Venture Fund be investing in Anthropic?
Yeah, great question. Of course, Anthropic is doing a lot of great things, so we understand the demand there. We can't be too specific about what companies we're looking at, but the general principle is we want to make investments that our customers are excited about, and we believe we can underwrite to deliver significant value over time. So RVI, I mentioned earlier, has some great names in it, and we are also working on subsequent funds. So excited to give customers exposure to innovative companies in the private markets. And feel free to add anything there.
I would just add that we're having some, I think, productive discussions in Washington with regulators and policymakers on potential rule changes to also help open up access for retail investors to the private market. So hopefully there's more to come there soon too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, now that the PDT rule has been improved, accreditation is kind of our next crusade.
Great. Next question comes from Ravindra B., who asks, where are Robinhood's top priorities for growth and innovation over the next few years?
Yeah, so to name a few, agentic finance. Now, again, this is a new category, and it's really about how do we couple the power and flexibility of AI agents with all your financial life and all the tools we make available on Robinhood. I think this is a big category, and we're very much at the frontier. So you should expect that to continue to develop, and for us to invest more and more. We're already getting tons of feedback, and the team has been moving super quickly. So we started with equity trading and credit cards. So you should expect us to innovate both on selection, making available more of the great things we offer on Robinhood, but also on the interface, just making it easy to get started, make it more understandable, so that you don't have to be a computer scientist to use this stuff and to take advantage of the power and the automation. Prediction markets, including Rothera, which is our new DCM and DCO, so exchange and clearinghouse. And I think, you should expect a lot of development there in this nascent space. Like I said, we're at the beginning of a prediction market super cycle, so we're still very, very early in that industry as well. We have three arcs of our strategy. Number one in active traders, number one in wallet share for the next generation, and number one global financial ecosystem. So tokenization, of course, is an area we're continuing to make progress in. And you should see a lot of new products, a lot of new innovations, including at our crypto and international event in London in a few weeks.
All right, next question comes from Edgar H., who asks, does Robinhood plan on offering AI trading bots?
Yeah, absolutely. So, I would encourage you to take a look at Agentic Trading by Robinhood. Just launched last week, and it's rolled out to about 50% right now, with the goal to roll out to everyone by the end of the week. And we're going to continue to refine both the assets you can trade and also the customer experience. And the goal is to make it native, more seamless, more intuitive, more frictionless. So, you can get started now, and you should expect with every Robinhood product, it continues to get better and more attuned to customer needs as time goes on.
All right. Our final question comes from Joseph G, who asks, what does Robinhood plan to do if they have to remove prediction markets due to legislation? Any ideas in place to replace that revenue?
Well, this is a great question. And, Lucas here, who is the corporate secretary presiding over this meeting, also moonlights as the general counsel. So you've been spending a lot of time on this. Maybe you can share your thoughts, and I'll share mine.
Happy to share some thoughts. You mentioned it's a fast-growing market, lots of products. I think we think a categorical ban on prediction markets is unlikely. We're continuing to have good conversations with Congress and regulators on this. The main question around certain contracts, sports being a big one. We believe, along with the CFTC, that these are federally regulated products. So ultimately, we'll have to see how these conversations go. But we're going to remain nimble, and we're busy at work every day in Washington advocating to preserve access to these markets for our customers.
Yep, we will defend your right to trade and predict in peace. Okay, and just to add, we have a large diversified business. So last we shared 11 business lines generating $100 million in annual revenue, and plenty more that are on deck there. So we continue to grow. We continue to win market share across several verticals. The core business continues to be strong. I was just on CNBC earlier today, and I shared, yesterday was all-time record in equities trading. So a lot of people love talking about, all the new stuff, but equities trading, which is such an important business, had its all-time high volume watermark just yesterday. And 24-hour market, we pioneered round-the-clock equities trading. That was the largest day by far in the previous overnight session. So it's just great to see the core business continuing to grow and compound organically. So we're not relying on just one product to grow the business, but it's increasingly diversified. So I think that's the last user-submitted question. With that, we want to thank all of you, thank all the shareholders and stockholders who submitted questions. And thank you for participating in the annual meeting and for giving us your trust as a shareholder. We're super excited about the year ahead, and we look forward to sharing more updates. There'll be plenty more. So back to you, Lucas.
All right, thanks, Vlad. All right, there are 3 proposals before our stockholders today. Voting will close right after we present Proposal 3. The first proposal is the election of 10 director nominees to serve until the next annual meeting. Robinhood's board has nominated and recommends the election of Vlad Tenev, Baiju Bhatt, John Hedgeman, Paula Loop, Mickey Malka, Christopher Payne, Jonathan Rubinstein, Susan Siegel, Dara Treseder, and Robert Zoellick. As there were no other nominations, the nominations are now closed. The second proposal is the advisory vote to approve the compensation of our named executive officers. Our board recommends that stockholders vote for this proposal. The third proposal is to ratify the appointment of Ernst & Young as the company's independent registered public accounting firm. EY does not wish to make a statement. Our board recommends that stockholders vote for this proposal. There are no other proposals or business for the meeting. Please note that now is the final opportunity to submit your vote. It's 10:27 a.m. Pacific time, and the polls are now closed. Thank you again for participating. Our Inspector of Election has provided the preliminary voting results. All 10 director nominees have been elected. The advisory vote on executive compensation has passed, and the appointment of EY has been ratified. We will file a Form 8-K with the SEC to report the final results. The business portion of the meeting is now concluded. Vlad, back over to you for closing remarks.
You should know that the team continues to work incredibly hard to deliver value and build great products for our customers, deliver great value for our shareholders. And to that end, don't forget to join our live stream. Robinhood Presents The World is Flat in London, and we'll be streaming live on the internet. This will be on July 1st, and there we'll be unveiling the next chapter of Robinhood's crypto products around the world.
We're going to have to tune in for that.
Lucas and I will get back to work for you. The roadmap is full. So much to do. Be well.
Wow, that was a great shareholder meeting. I really appreciate Vlad getting into the nitty gritty there. I got some notes here. We'll go over a few takeaways from the meeting. I'm personally just even more bullish about what's going to go on the rest of the year, especially coming the next 2 years, 3 years, 10 years. We've got Trump accounts coming out. When Trump accounts came out, it blew right out of the gate and it went straight to number one and then also topped out at number three on the overall App Store. RVI and soon to be RVI2 or RV2, well, I don't know what it's going to be called, is going to be incorporating more and more business hopefully soon. I don't think they're going to pick up Anthropic because it would make no sense. They're about to go public, I think, right? Within the next couple weeks. So there's not really a big reasoning there. They also went over agentic trading and agentic credit cards. I'm personally very excited for that. I don't have any access yet, but what I did do is I downloaded Claude. I'm going to go through the computer here and make sure I can get it working here, Claude.ai on the computer. And then when I do get rollout for the agentic trading, which is set to be half now, half of the overall users are getting access now. And then the rest of the overall users will get access at the end of the by the end of the week. So I'm hoping that soon I'll get it and I can share it with you. But also a lot of my friends on X will be getting it, and we'll be sandboxing it, going back and forth. What prompts work well, what prompts don't work well, and that's very bullish for Robinhood overall. Because then we got agentic finance moving forward. We can have the AI bot basically make purchases or search for the best possible option of purchase and then purchase. That's going to be really good for booking flights and trying to save money on hotel rooms. I'm hoping I can get it running and maybe we can have it uh, book the tickets for Hood Summit this year. Who knows? Prediction markets, they're moving into uh, doing it on their own rather than partnering with Kalshi from what I can tell. Their revenue is very high still, over 400 million in annual revenue. I think that's good for the overall Robinhood user. I don't love the disconnection or decoupling from Kalshi, but I think they're both growing into their own powerhouses, and that's fine. It's not like Kalshi's going to do any worse without Robinhood's influx or inflow or partnership. Also, we as Robinhood prediction traders will be able to take or save a little bit on the commissions as well. So that's pretty good for everybody. Robinhood Chain, Robinhood International. Congratulations to Canada. They have access to Robinhood now through WonderFi, as well as the 1 million international users and growing. That's really bullish for everybody. Also, that's going to be good for the international stocks as well. They have a lot of ADAs or ADR, excuse me, ADA. I'm in real estate. I'm thinking about a building here. ADRs or international stock exposure. So I'm anticipating with more access to different countries, we're going to get more access to their stock market or their economy exposure. So the pattern day trader rule change or improvement is happening sometime this week. If not Thursday, I think it goes into effect because today is June 2nd. So I think it's June 4th it goes into actual effect. I don't know much about what's going to happen. No one really does. I'm optimistic, but cautious. This isn't going to be great if you don't know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing and this reduces your amount of needed capital to do it, this is going to be great for you. Great for me. I know what I'm doing. But for people who don't know what they're doing, who's now getting introduced to a Ferrari and they can't drive stick shift, let alone a Ferrari, then we have that's where the issues will arise. We're going to see, I'll keep covering it over the next couple weeks as it rolls out and more people start getting into, well, basically day trading. They did talk about AI bots. I don't think they're going to incorporate that soon because what would be the point? Especially when you can just connect your pre-existing bot, Claude, to your Robinhood agentic trading account and credit card. It would make no sense for them to create their own bot. It's too costly. And they're going to continue to pioneer every industry they get into. So I'm always going to be just optimistic and looking forward to all of the new things that they're going to innovate. Long term, the thesis is still there for Robinhood. They're integrating more long term revenue through Trump accounts, through retirement accounts, through Robinhood strategies, also with RVI. So I'm very excited that they're transitioning out of purely crypto trading because that hasn't done well for the stock itself. I will check real fast. I don't the stock itself didn't trade or finish or didn't go up today. Here, let's double check. Oh, wrong one. Here. So as you can see below me, the stock price is still up, but down on the day. It did a lot of running after the Trump account unveiling. The app rollout did really well. So I'm personally very excited to see where the stock goes. It got as high as 97 within the last few days, if not, was it yesterday? It might have been yesterday. But I can see it hitting 100 and more within the next couple weeks. But really, the main catalyst for the next few days, or at least the week, is going to be the pattern day trader change and rule change. And then after that is going to be the SpaceX and Open AI and Anthropic IPOs. So we'll keep our eyes open for the IPOs. We're going to keep our eyes on top of the Robinhood share price. All of this, as you can see below me, is kind of a consolidation area. So those are good times to kind of pick up a little bit, pick up a little bit, pick up a little bit. And then as we run, you can pick up a little bit less than you were during a consolidation, but it's good to still consider adding to your winners too. Manage them, of course, but it's always hard for us as traders to just be, okay, I'm going to buy more of what's already working, right? But sometimes or most of the time, what we end up doing is adding more to what's not working. So personally, I like to go by a mantra of don't follow a bad trade. Now, when that trade goes against you, either cut it at your system line, 7%, 10%, whatever it is. For me, it's different depending on the beta swings or the actual stock price swings. Uh, but for but don't add to when it's bad, hoping it's going to turn around, or take away from what's good, thinking it's going to drop. We're seeing SanDisk still wildly elevated. It's got like a 90 on the RSI when 70 is already overbought. So it is one of the most overbought, at least on the RSI scale, stocks that has ever existed. But yet it still continues to go, right? So you just have to be cautious in either direction. But if you were to add to more of a winning trade, you're going to compound rather than adding to a losing trade, hoping it'll turn around and come back. It's important for us to keep a logical thought process on what our legacy will look like. But with that being said, I'm going to bring this pod to a close. I might be on a little bit more often, as well as, hey, I might even be back live later on today if there's more things that I want to watch and cover with you. Farewell, ahoy ho, please stay safe, learn as much as you can, and I'll see you on the porch.